Hi all, back with more Normandy, the beginning of the end using the one in the storm, solo expansion. Still on scenario 2 German counterattack. This is my part 13. Okay, part 12 ended earlier today with a bit more frustration, not a lot happening, and just feel like I'm still struggling along. Although I did want to come back and deal with this. So I was keen on coming back to it. So I'm not totally chucking it in yet. It is keeping me going. Strangely, I don't know. Don't know how much patience I'm going to have left though with things. Whether some of it is down to me, I think I'm struggling with some rules, but I might be just getting lazy with some things as well. And things. Yeah, anyway. Okay, so we have given the order for this. This was second action. So we've given the order for this. They're both ended up. I think they wanted to assault, couldn't assault. And we decided there and then, I think, and I'm going to do this in future, if it gets an assault order and it cannot assault in that activation, then let's just change the order to attack. Right? If that's what it gets. I mean, it might be wrong. Give me your thoughts on that. I mean, maybe I should be running down the assault flowchart first. But I think when we done that, we ended up wanting to move it to a hex there, and that just didn't sort of feel right. So just remember that note that's in the rule book, and it's down the bottom. I think I'm on the wrong page. So on page 12 of the solo rules, and it's the following factors and exceptions must be considered when using the actions chart. Now this is using the actions chart, remember, which is, it's on the other side of this thing. The one that gives the orders, isn't it? Is it? Is that the actions chart? Well, there you go, that's the orders chart. I want to say they're meaning the same thing. I think that was there, wasn't it? Well, I'm guessing it must be because the notes are actually down the bottom of that chart. So, actions chart, orders chart, whatever. It's maybe, again, just being changed. And it's this one at the bottom. Assault movement may only be carried out with sections that can assault in that same activation. Those who cannot will receive an attack order. In that note there, it's even more straightforward, really, that's all it's going to do. In the actual rule book, again, I know I've read over this and read over it. Assault movements, and it's in quotes, can only be performed by platoons that may start an assault procedure in that activation. All platoons who cannot assault in the current turn may not perform this order, so they receive and perform an attack order instead. It's pretty self-explanatory, that, isn't it? Sorry, dogs. Hang on. And in actual fact, it makes the process easier as well. I don't have to go down the assault order flow diagram. But let me know your thoughts. Let me know if I should be doing that. I don't know. I guess I'm taking the easy way out of it. Right, so that was them. They too. They're going to attack. They changed the order to attack. Now this was marked for reaction in its first activation, and then of course it's getting 2 activations this turn. So we carried out the die roll to see that, the fact that it's marked with reaction, I'm not going to go in from the rules because it says that you can change that. It'd be the same if we marked one of our units for reaction and we came into our turn and it was marked for reaction. We can change that. We can do something different with it if we want, or we can leave the reaction marker on it. So just the same here, that they can as well. So, and I think they're going to change, aren't they? So we followed this, and I know I probably, well, hang on, quickly, this wanted to do advanced movement, that was the die roll, so it wanted advanced movement, may it attack with MFF, and no, may it perform a safe assault, no, select a target, so the target is the closest hex where the AI force may attack with MFF. We didn't actually pick a hex there, but we need to be within 2 hexes of that to get it, and by doing that, he's going to be able to shoot us with MFF, which means we cannot carry out a safe movement. So we've got a target, a safe movement, no. Is it placed in defensive terrain? No, it's not. So now we get to this one that says defensive movement order, question mark. I mean, I don't know how to answer that, to be honest. Because that's the only words it uses, defensive movement order, question mark. Well, it wasn't, was it? I mean, it was an advance movement order that we had. I don't know why that's... See, I want to say yes to this, because then it's going to select a different target. Then it's going to select a target based on this defensive movement. But I don't know if I can answer yes to this question or not. I mean, yeah, see, there it's asked again. You know what this means? Have we been given a defensive... yeah, it does, doesn't it? If I flip this over, there's not just advanced movement orders, is there? There we go. I mean, you'll see them in there somewhere. There's maybe not an awful lot of them. There's one there, defensive movement. So if we had this order right now, defensive movement order, we would be following the same flow chart, because see, it's advanced and defensive movement order. And if we had been given that order, we would have, again, may attack with MFF, no, may perform with safe salt, probably not. Select a target, but we would look at this. We would look at this now. So let's just say that there was a problem, safe movement wasn't available, and it wasn't placed in defensive terrain. Then it would ask the question, is this a defensive movement order? Yes, it is. We go back and select a new target and go again. However, it wasn't a defensive order we got. So, yeah, just as well, I maybe thought a bit more into that one. Is that clear to others? Maybe it is. It wasn't until when I spotted this one, it's the same. It's asking the question about it being a defensive movement order. Maybe that is straightforward. You know, that's just me not just thinking clearly. So, no, it wasn't a defensive movement order. Is rush greater than 4? No, rush is 3. It's going to place a reaction marker. So it's going to keep its reaction marker. Fine, I'm fine with that. Let's just be done with that. I'm going to take that cube off. That is marked for reaction. Yeah, I'll leave that one upside down. I mean, you're not meant to do this until the end of the turn. The reason I've done it like this here, because they got 2 activations. So I wanted to make it clear that the reaction marker hadn't been placed on it. And this activation, it got placed in the first activation. But it's not going to change its mind there. It's going to keep that reaction marker. Okay, so that's everybody been given their order. So now we're going to carry out this attack. So this is going to attack here. And we just need the combat chart. And this is the bit that all goes reasonably smoothly. I think, anyway. Okay, so what do we have? We have 13, don't we? I know I'm going in here to look, but this has got a step loss, so it's down to 6. And then the other one's full 7. So it's 13, however, it's not fully 13 because we're travelling, the range is 3 away. Now, I think we confirmed the last time that it crossed that bocage as well, didn't it? So anyway, 13 cut in half because of the range is 6.5, rounded up to 7. Just, yeah, I'm pretty sure it crosses that bocage because of the angle it's coming in. So rounded up to 7, and our modifiers are, there's going to be at least 6 steps in this. There's 9 steps. So that is a -1. They've not got automatic weapons. +1 for going across the bocage. So -1 +1. And I think that's it, isn't it? Hold on here. Hold on. Yeah. No. I'm coming back to this again, saying, wondering why this can't fire as well, but because the friendlies are in front. So, yeah, that's the reason. So it's a -1 and a +1. Yeah, and then the firepower is 7. So, but unfortunately, there's no 7 column. So we drop to the 6 column, and to be honest, he needs a very low result because he needs to hit us for 4 here. So no modifiers. This is 2d6. No modifiers, and wants a very low roll. There we go. 7's not going to be good enough. Is that 7? No modifiers. Yeah, it might be a 2, but maybe even not. Yeah, I think it is. So there's a 7 result on the 6 column. 2, but he's sitting in defensive for 4, so 2 divided by 4 is not 1. So same again, same result. And, I mean, would he be better like not doing that and moving? Like if I'd followed that assault order diagram, there was talk about him moving to a different hex, wasn't there? I don't know. Okay, so he's marked finished this time. And that's that. Now, hold on. We take that off as well. And that off. Put that back. Okay. Right, so it's back over at us. So what we're going to do, well again, I think I'm frightened to move some of this mortar and this anti-tank thing, because I'm not really sure how to operate them. I mean, I'm going to have to be doing that at some point. And he's marked finished. He's marked for reactions. The thing is, this is marked for reactions, so I don't want to try and be clever and try and come in there. I mean, we could just fire on that with this again. I don't think I can identify this, can I? Because it's not in line of sight, isn't it? Well, unless I do. Well, hold on here, Grant. Why don't you use one of the platoons to do because you've got 3 platoons here. We could use one of the platoons to identify this, do a recon mission. Then we'd have 2 others to attack here. Because we're not going to be able to identify this until we can get in line of sight. This bridge in the way, and the intel marker's it's marked for, it looks like it's not going to move or that. Oh. Right, hang on. Right, sorry, got called away there. So what was I thinking about? I was thinking about doing the recon mission with one of these. And then, well, what would that leave? It would leave 12. But remember, we're attacking from 3 range. So that cuts in half to 6. It is 3 defensive. Yeah, that's why I ended up, my last time I went with that, because it was attacking into the 2, wasn't it? So that's 3 defensive. If we're only attacking with 6, modifiers are going to be -1 for having automatic weapons, +1 for crossing the bocage, so nothing there. On the 6 column, I need to get at least a 6 or less to get a hit with 2 of them. Now if I went with all 3, 18 cut in half is 9 with no modifiers, and you can see, you know what, it's only a 7. It's only giving me 1 extra, so maybe it's worthwhile doing the recon then. And then at least we've got this spotted, and actually something's got me thinking there about this reaction marker on the intel marker. There's something about that somewhere, is there not? Right, give me a second. Yeah, I think the bit I was thinking about there it's again one of these notes in here. And it's when AI forces in defensive mode. And so it says AI forces in defensive mode will try to build an improved position if they are in a target hex adjacent to it or to another force in a line or defensive terrain. intel markers will receive both a reaction and construction marker, while other sections only receive a reaction marker. So that's only talking about that situation. And then I thought, what happens if we do identify this intel marker? Well, it's quite clear. In fact, I think I'm at that page here. Yeah, that very last sentence there. This is about deployment on the map board. Once the full company is placed on the map board, add reaction markers to all platoon groups if the intel marker had one before the reconnaissance procedure. Okay, so I think we will do this. Because I think, the likelihood of me getting, can I hit a 6? If I've got 6 firepower for a roll of 2, remember there's no modifiers, I get a 6. If I've got 9 firepower, I need to roll a 3 to get a 6, a 2 or a 3. So it's only giving me a slight extra chance, you know. And the actual hitting hitting a 3 on it has got to be quite a low roll. Well, a 7 if I was to go with all 3 platoons, or a 6, which is what I'm going to do, I think. Okay, let us. In what order do you do this then? Well, I don't suppose it matters. Right, let us carry out a recon mission with this guy down the bottom. Right? So it's a whole platoon. He's going to do the recon mission on this intel marker. Yeah, I think so. I was thinking about the other one here, but that one can see that one. That can have a go at that. Well, it's finished now, but now hold on a minute here. That's actually got a line of sight on that, hasn't it? Yeah. What about the other one? No, it's not got a line of sight on that. I'm not sure if that would have line of sight. I don't think so. I think it would be cutting through this hex here. So, I tell you who does have line of sight on that though is this guy. Hang on though, Grant. Line of sight's all very well, but can we spot it? We need to spot it as well, don't we? Let's look, recon mission. Well, the recon mission is different though, isn't it? When activating player forces, before you decide which player forces to activate, check to see if there are any AI intel markers in spotting range. So yeah, spotting range means they need to be on line of sight and be in spotting range. So this guy is in clear terrain, and this guy is in clear terrain, and for this guy, he's in clear terrain when we come to look at it. So yeah, I'm actually wondering if this guy's got spotting range on him, because if he did, he would be able to see both of them. Well, hold on, what is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, yeah, they're both 7 away. So if we check the spotting chart, 7 is bang on what we need. And remember, the fact you're looking over the bocage at either side there does have line of sight, but it doesn't add any modifiers or anything like that to that. I thought maybe looking over the bocage might, but it's not. It's just if you're up on elevation or if you were a recon unit, I think. So 7 is good. So he could actually attempt to spot either one of these. Now, well, that's if. Yeah, that's going to be fine, isn't it? That's going to be fine. It's only crossing the 2 bocage hexes, but they're adjacent to both of them. Okay, so well, we can actually have an attempt at identifying every one of these, because what we're doing here is, when activating player forces, before you decide which player force to activate, check to see if there are any AI intel markers of spotting range treat them as stationary targets in the spotting chart, and if any player platoons have a clear line of sight to them, choose which player force to activate. Only one identification attempt per intel marker is allowed each activation. But as has been suggested to me, and I think right, we can do more than we can. You know, if he can see more than one, he can have a go at more than one. Now the problem is being so far away. Then this might be requiring a low die roll because there's 7 away. Identification failure at 7 hexes. Oh dear. Right, that's a different story now, isn't it? There's no modifications to this. So anything greater than equal to we can't. We're guaranteed failure then. Yeah, greater than or equal to a 2 is a failure. No, hang on. It's a D10 you're rolling. Right, well, I need to roll a 1 then on a D10. So that seems kind of rubbish now. So what is that guy any closer then? He can only see that one though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hexes away. Well, yeah, no. That's a bit better. Yeah, so we could. I think it's better to take that on then, isn't it? And then use one of the platoons. Once we activate this company, use one of the platoons to identify that. That's only 1, 2, 3 hexes away, and that's going to be a guaranteed because it's a recon mission. And I'll double check that as well, the recon mission bit. So let's do that then. So before we decide who we're activating, we're going to get these guys to attempt to identify this intel marker. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away. Clear line of sight. Within spotting range. 5 hexes away. So we need to roll less than a 4 on a D10. So it's a bit of a slim chance, this one. But so on a D10, greater than or equal to a 4 is a failure. So we need to get lucky here. Oh, how about that? It's a 3. Okay, so 3 is not greater than or equal to 4, so it's not a failure. So we've succeeded there. So that's good. We're going to get 2 intel markers sorted here then. So this was this guy here, wasn't it? So I think the motorized mechanized part's going to come away. Again, if these turn out to be not mechanized or motorized, they're meant to come with trucks. I still just don't know how to deal with that. Looking for help with that. How do you deal with that? I mean, these are still, to be honest, these haven't moved off the road. So it kind of makes, but then again, see when I deploy the company, my guess is that some of it is going to go in here. And then if it's mounted up, it can't then move across the bocage. So what is the point? Now the other thing is, this is it's still not finished its movement to this hex. But you know what? It's not going to get there with truck movement anyway. So however, that will need to stay around. Yeah, it's going to have to move to its target hex on foot anyway. I think I'm just going to dismount them. I get the feeling the purpose is just to get them in the middle of the map to start with, and then but then again, they do need to get off the road here, and if they could get moving again with trucks, you can imagine they could get a good bit of movement. I mean, if they're now on foot all the way, but then it says once they dismount in the scenario, they can't mount up again. So right, let's deal with the intel marker then. So we're going to flip this over and see what. Oh, now this. Oh no, this wasn't a recon mission. Cause I just remember like the ambush triggers right. Oh, it is another ambush again. So greater than or equal to a 7 will be an ambush. +1 for foot wheeled. We were foot movement, so there is a +1 going to apply to this. So we'll roll this. We managed to avoid this up to now. This means they get to attack right away though, and I don't think they're going to be able to. Let's roll the dice, see if the event triggers first. So greater than or equal to a 7 is going to be an ambush, but we're getting a +1 to this. Right, well 9 + 1's 10. So that this time is, well, let's get the rule here. Ambush. So this has triggered this event. So it says, depending on the identification method, this event has 2 possible effects. Intel marker identified by a recon mission. The platoon tasked with the recon mission loses 1 step. Well, it wasn't a recon mission. This is, we're going to do a recon mission on the other guy, but this was just an identification by other methods. So intel marker identified by other methods. The intel marker may be activated immediately to perform an attack against a platoon that spotted the intel marker. The intel marker does not receive an activity level marker nor a finish marker after its attack. So it gets to have a free attack. All attack rules must be observed. Once you solve this attack, the game continues from the point where it was stopped. Intel marker movement or player activation. So hang on. The intel marker may be activated immediately. Right, hold on though. Does that mean I'm just counting it as an intel marker just now? Once you solve this attack, the game continues from the point where it was stopped. Well, I mean, it stopped before we deploy the company, so I think that's the case. Well, that is pretty bad then. Now, hold on. They don't have the range. Do they? No, because we've got to consider them as an infantry A. So although my worry was there that they were getting 21 fire factors, they're not going to be able to reach. The range is only 2. And it does seem to state there that we're still considered it as an intel marker. The intel marker may be activated immediately to perform an attack against a platoon that spotted the intel marker. Yeah, I think that's fine then. I mean, obviously, if we had been within 4 hexes, it would have had an attack, but because it's only got a range of 2, 1, 2, and then it can stretch out another 2, 3, 4, it's one short of being able to attack us with anything. So I'm going to say that there's nothing doing. And it can't sort of target somebody else. It does say it would make an attack on intel marker. May be activated immediately to perform an attack against a platoon that spotted the intel marker. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. I thought maybe the company was going to deploy first and then we could look, but it's unlikely to have something in this hex that's going to... Well, see, if it was a machine gun, maybe it had a range of 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it could. But that doesn't really feel like it's saying that in the rules. It feels like it's just considering the actual intel marker with a full 21 strength and only a range of 2. And remember, they don't have... It's not that it has any artillery fire factors. It's got a higher range, which that would be interesting if that was the case. Right now, if this was a mortar, then although it's got a 14 AP fire factor at range 2, it's got a 10 artillery factor at range 8. So I would probably say that then that's allowed to fire with artillery from there to there because it's in range. But it's not. It was an infantry. And let me know what you think. In case I have got this wrong and we do need to deploy the company first. But okay, so we're now going to... now, did we make a die roll? Yeah, we did. Because we've got to keep that die roll. It was a 9, wasn't it? Yeah, it was a 9, and it was modified to 10. But we just take the actual straight up die roll. So a 9 on a... where is the chart with the... It's under here, right? Yeah, it was a 9 on infantry A. So what we got? Infantry A 9. Ooh, got the SS. Oh dear. So a 9 or a 10 German SS, 3 times Waffen SS motorised. So we're looking for the officers, SS motorised officers A, B, C, D, E and F. So I'll be back in a while. I'm going to go and find them. Right, so I eventually found them all, and while I was doing it, I thought I'd organise the German ones as well. So that's all the German officers. Some of them are mixed in together, to be honest, but at least they're better organised now. I mean, look at that. I've got, what is that? That's 3 trays. That's 6 little trays there in there, and we've got this big tray across here, and there's loads of counters still in bags. So yeah, it's organisation. This game's a bit heavy going as well. Now we've got A to F. So these are SS motorised. I'll just flip over. Well, he's got one little, like it's like a dice, isn't it? He's got a 1. He's got a 3. He's got a 3. He's got a 3. These are, well, that's a lieutenant. That's a hopman. So that's a captain, isn't it? It's 3. But the bar underneath looks bigger. So I'm assuming these are the stripes on them. And he's an F. These are all Hauptmann, so he's a lieutenant. The bar underneath isn't as big. I don't know if you can see that or not, but if you're going a bit closer, you can see the sort of 3 wee dots, and then the bar underneath is maybe smaller than that. This one's just got a 1, so he's obviously a bit weaker. So that's ATF that shows us there. No Kickstarter stuff again, but we've got this guy as well, and you can see he's got 4 dots on his symbol. So I'm getting Sturm. I'm guessing he's a bit stronger. However, he doesn't have a letter, so I don't know if he's some kind of special dude or whatever. But he's not involved here. And you can see they're all motorised Waffen SS officers. SS motorised A to F. So I'm not going to use him, obviously, and I'm going to put these 6 in a cup, and we're going to randomly pick one of these. Right, so I've got them in a cup, shuffle about. We'll have this one here, and it's E. Right, so we've got ham, and then, well, actually, all we need is 3 Waffen SS motorised. That's fine, and I'll put the rest of these back in my little tray. Okay, there we go. They were quite easy to find as well. Now that I've got some things organised, it is much easier. How I'm going to pack all this away in the box when the time comes, though, I don't know. I mean, I know I've got 2 boxes that I can use, but I still think I'm going to struggle, like. So, okay, and these are all from Company E. They've got 6 attack factors, none of them are automatic fire. This guy's in the red for the assault again. The range is 2, their movement is 5. These are mechanised. Sorry, motorised. So they've got the Opel Blitz trucks on the back. How we're now going to deal with that, I'm not sure. Now, hold on, there's 3. Oh, are they all going to go in the 1 hex? They are, aren't they? Because there's only 3 of them. So my take would be that they all go in that 1 hex. I'm looking at the wrong book. I've got it here under the chart. Take the reserves, deploy all the platoons. Right, sorry, it's on the next page. Deployment of the map board. Place the first platoon or platoon group along with the officer on the hex where Intermarker was. If all platoons in the company are... No. Otherwise, the first group must be the ones with the highest APFF. The remaining platoons will be deployed in the adjacent hexes to the first group that comply with these conditions. Right, is it not going to allow exception? Any intel marker identified during the AI assault? No. I mean, they can all be stacked together, so... Well, hang on, there it's... Got it there, maybe you need to read from the beginning. The number of platoons deployed on each hex depends on their type. Troops, deploy them in groups of 2 counters. See, so it is just 2. So why would you not stack the 3? Because that's what I said when I was doing my guys. It's different if they've got four platoons. Then you would want to stack them 2 and 2, because one of them's got to be stacked separately. But what I done with these guys was just stack them all together, because the negative effect is 6 steps in a hex. There's no any greater negative to having 9 steps in a hex, and in fact you're guaranteed to be able to fire with all 3 platoons. Well, troops, deploy them in groups of 2 counter 6 steps. Well, that's what it's saying. I think I kind of need to go by the rules on that, because it might be that they want that way. So let's get this out of the way. Now, well, here we go. Are these still mobilised? You know, are these still on the other side? I really don't think it matters. I don't think I'm going to... I think I would normally do it here. But the fact that their target is there, they're going to have to dismount to move to that target. And dismounting actually uses up half of their movement points. So I'm going to just place them in here unmounted. I'm just guessing here, really. I mean, it's kind of rubbish, but... I mean, they were on the road, to be honest. They've not had a reason to dismount, but they're going to have to dismount to move to there. Yeah, okay. Right, I'm going to start just 2 of them, and then the last one is just going to be on his own. He's got to be out of line of sight, so yeah, I'm pretty sure that's fine. Just going to put him in there. So these are still... Well, hold on, no. This is all in transit for that, isn't it? They still have the movement order to move there. See, that's something feels wrong about this as well, I think. I can get rid of that intel marker anyway. Yeah, I get the feeling something's maybe not quite right about how I'm dealing with that as well. I mean, are these still in transit? I mean, that would mean that they would be mobile. They would still be on their truck side, surely. Well, like I've just said to you, they can't get there by truck. Right, I'm going to leave them. I'm going to leave it like that. That these are still marked to be moving towards there, and who knows? Who knows if that's right or not? Okay. Now hold on. I forgot about. Did they not get an activity level marker here as well? This was the very first question I asked, wasn't it? And the guy said no, but I mean, this was the bit that I found in the rules, and it said that. Am I thinking of something else here? Yeah, I'm getting muddled up here. It was my and this was a question. One of the questions I asked at first, and the guy says they don't get activity level markers, but it clearly does say here. But it's not regarding this. It's regarding reaction. It says any AI force reacting receives an activity level marker unless it is an out of command platoon, and there are still intel markers or companies remaining to be activated. Yeah, so it's nothing to do with this. I don't know why I was starting to think about that. Okay, let's get moving on because I need to get this finished. So they're fine. So we're just leaving them in transit then. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Right, so now we're going to activate... Yeah, I'm running short of time. Well, I'm just going to activate and have a shot at them. I'm sure I can squeeze this in. Yeah, let's do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate Sergeant Argent. Sergeant Argent is going to activate this whole company. And then the guy on the platoon on the bottom is going to do a recon mission on this. Sorry, this. So let's check the recon mission, because remember, there's no line of sight to that, but my understanding was that's fine for the recon mission. Let's get that bit first. What does it say? Due to a recon mission, during your own activations, you may assign recon missions to your platoons according to the rules described in Chapter 8.3.1. Only one recon mission per intel marker is allowed at its activation. This means that you cannot lead several recon missions in the same activation against one intel marker. So, yeah, so in actual fact, yeah, you could carry out a recon mission on more than one intel marker, though, by using a different platoon for each one, I think. And an AI intel marker may be identified in all those cases. To do it, you must roll 1d10, check the result. Right. This is an automatic, isn't it? I don't need to, because this it's only going to fail if it was 5 to 6 hexes. Between 1 and 4 hexes, it's an automatic success. And as you can see, this is 1, 2, 3 away. So, yeah, let's just jump down to recon mission here. Just to make sure it doesn't need line of sight. As a new action introduced in On the Storm, this action can be carried out by some of the player platoons after their activation, instead of moving or attacking. Only the following player platoons are eligible. That's fine. Foot platoons with at least 2 steps and 5 movement points. That's fine. Activated player platoons that comply with these requirements may perform a recon mission and attempt to identify an intel marker located up to as many hexes away as the player platoon's movement. Yeah. It can only do it up to the player platoon's movement points, regardless of their movement type or the terrain. Yeah, that was a bit that baffled me, I remember. The rule assumes that only a portion of the platoon, 1 or 2 scores, is sent in the recon mission, while the remaining troops' vehicles are resting and waiting for them to return to the position. For this reason, the whole platoon is marked finished. Right. Yeah, I'm not going to go through all this then. And in fact, I think the bit it tells you... hang on. Yeah, I think it's this designer's note, isn't it? As you can see, intel markers may be identified once there is a clear line of sight between the player platoons and the marker, right? But that's not what we've got. We've not got line of sight. However, or by performing recon missions. The latter is the only way to identify a non-spotted intel marker. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay, so we don't need line of sight, and it needs to be within range, and we carry out the mission. So this guy in the bottom is now marked finished, right? But I'm just going to mark them all finished, because the other 2 are going to attack. And we're successfully identifying this. Yeah, and it's marked with reaction. That's fine, though. We're not... Can they react to that? I don't think so, but... Well, I was just looking at their rules. 6.4.3, I think it is, reaction. I think maybe the main rule... Well, thing is, this is a solo-only action, isn't it? Recon mission, so... I don't think so. The main rules tell you what you can't react to. Reaction, page 15, the main rules. Let me just see if I can see the things that don't cause a reaction. Platoons that perform no action, firing, rallying, preparing for reaction or officers directing air or artillery missions may not be fired upon the reaction. Well, you know, like I say, I'm not going to find that in the main rules because this is a solo-only thing, recon mission. Surely it would tell you in the recon mission rules that if it could get reacted upon, and there's nothing that I can see there that does that. So we're going to say that they can't react, right? Okay, and then once this company comes on the map, they are all going to be marked with reaction markers. And remember, the reaction markers don't necessarily mean that's what they're going to do next turn. They can change their mind through the orders. So this is going to come off again. So we've got ATRA. So this is a recon mission. So if we get in an ambush this time, we take a step loss. So here we go. Oh, and it is. If that last 3 we've turned over have been ambush. So, ambush. Intel marker identified by recon mission. The platoon tasked with the recon mission loses 1 step. Right, so that's that. And now, I suppose that means the officer needs to roll here as well. So it was the one down the bottom I said, just for... So he gets ambushed. And then... we need to roll, I think. Yeah, I think so. I think we need to roll for this. So we're rolling 2d6, but I mean, it's only a double 1 that's going to cause us any grief. Let's hope we don't get that. Oh my word. Right, so 1 and 2, but it's a -1. There was only 1 step loss. So the result was a 2, and it was a 1 that would have eliminated their officer. Okay. Well, we got away with it. Only just. So that's triggered that event. So now we need to resolve this. I'm going to... so the die roll was a 3, wasn't it? Yeah, because we keep that die roll. I'm just going to flip that back over just now. Because it's an ATRA. Yeah, we keep the die roll. So what are we getting now then? ATRA is here, and we rolled a 3. Oh no, come on. It's in the middle of both of these, which means I'm going to have to get these and these, isn't it? ATRA, yeah. Well, I've sorted them out now, so it should be easy enough. So I'm looking for heavy weapons officer A, infantry G. Their combination. Yeah. How did I do that then? Well, I suppose I'd put them all in a cup. If I draw either one of them, we're getting this. If I draw either one of them... Well, yeah, that does match out, I suppose, because there's 2 of these that are different, and there's 2 of these that are different. So, yeah, I mean, I could just roll between the 2, but let's get these officers ready. Well, that's great. I've got 3 heavy weapons officers, B, C, and D. I don't have an A. But I'm figuring the fact I've got B, C, and D that there must be an A somewhere, and it's just hiding. It's not what I need. Not what I need. What was the other ones? Air, motorised heavy weapons. So hang on. Let me put these back. Airborne motorised heavy weapons. Well, there can't be many of them. I've got these all in the one bit, so... Oh no, there is there. Oh, there is 2. So I've got an A and a B for them. What are we needing? C. Come on. Airborne heavy weapons. Oh, come on. So I've got B and C. I've got B and C. Oh no, I've got A and B of these, and no C. And I've got what was the other ones again on the other side? Heavy weapons. Heavy weapons officers. I've got 3 of them. I've got B, C, and D, not an A. So what's going on there? Right, what about infantry G? Oh, there's loads of them. Right, hang on. What is the other one? Motorized heavy weapons. Right, hang on. I was looking through them just now. So, motorized heavy weapons. There's one. What is he? An A. I need a D. Motorized heavy weapons. He's a C. That's it. Right, something's missing. I've got A and C. Now hold on. He's airborne. Oh, he's a misprint. That should be, that's a C1 there, I think. You see that? That says Airborne Heavy Weapons Officer, and we can look on the chart for this, and he's got the wee blue bit in the corner saying and that says Motorized Heavy Weapons Officer, but when I flip it over, it's got the wee blue bit. He's airborne. So if I bring up the headquarters chart, which is a nightmare to get off the table. Right, I'm really starting to get pushed for time now, unfortunately. So I've got, what are these again? Motorized heavy weapons, airborne heavy weapons, Lieutenant Munt, M-U-N-D-T. Can we see him anywhere? There he is. So he's under airborne heavy weapons, yeah. So then we've got B, McCrocky, yes. And C, Heroin. So that's a misprint then. That's a misprint. That should say the same as that. That should say Airborne Heavy Weapons Officer. So, okay, so I think it was a C that we needed, wasn't it, for this one? That's why I was getting baffled. Yeah, it's a C. He's the Airborne Heavy Weapons C. So I'm going to put these back. I'm just going to put them there just now. Right, sorry folks, I'm going to have to just stop. I want to wrap this up anyway, but I can't. I'm a bit confused. I found one of the heavy weapons, motorized heavy weapons, it actually says motorized heavy Panzer Grenadier weapons officer, but his name matches up with the guy that's on here. He's smoking a cigarette there. That's him, Hauptmann Brucker, and he's the A1, but we need the D of that. And then, so the D is, where is he? There's A, Brucker. We've got Kalb, Koch, and Hartneck. So it's actually Hartneck that I need. Heavy weapons, motorised. But I'm not finding them. I'm starting to wonder, could these be some of the chits that I had in another bag then that we eventually came across? So it might be that that's the case, because I can't see them here. Okay. I'm going to have to call it a night though, because it's getting a bit late, and I've got a few things I need to do before we go into bed. So we'll pause there, right in the middle of things again. I'll put a little red cube on the art, ATRA marker saying we're resolving that. We've done the event, so I've got that flipped back over again, so hopefully I'll remember that. And we're just trying to sort out the officers that are involved here. Yeah, and I'll look in that. I guess they might well be in the other bag since I come across them. So, okay, 55 minutes. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just call it apart. I know it's in the middle of things, but I should get back tomorrow to sort this out. And I'd like to clear all that up as well. So, okay, I'll be back later. Cheers.